crazy draft look very, very good. It's going to be Team Elephant. So we're going to throw it over to our casters for game number 1 of Team Elephant versus Team IG. Beak Up and Black, take it away.
Thanks a lot. Yeah, getting into this game number 1. Elephant debuting here, as is IG. It's a matchup that on paper looks really close. I have a lot of faith in IG. They've been struggling a lot recently, but I've seen what they can do. They haven't really changed their roster recently, and they're playing with guys who have dominated before. Flyfly's looked really good in the past when he used to play with Keen and Serenity. Like, he was the guy that everybody was looking towards, and he felt really strong. Yeah,
JT was a monster just like about a year ago, but I don't know what happened to the team. All of them kind of started becoming more quiet, you know. They kind of fell flat.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure why, but I mean, the potential is there. It's just from what I've known from the past 6 months, you know, I can't just blindly trust in them, because Elephant have obviously been dominating everything. So it's simply just from brain perspective, it should be an Elephant victory. A pretty handy one at that as well.
Yeah, this is the super team, as some are calling it, on Elephant. For IG, it's a question of whether or not they're back to form. They're going through a period, like you said, where they were struggling. They were playing with some of their guys who are on IGV. They were swapping in, swapping out. Emo was playing the one position for a little bit. And then, Flyfly wasn't with the team for, I think, the most recent Dota pit that was played. So if it's everybody back in form, we could see a stronger IG. But I guess the question is, does a stronger IG even beat Elephant? Because Elephant has looked really good, and they've definitely made a statement as one of the strongest teams in the region.
Yeah, that being said, the IG draft is, I feel, much easier to execute than Elephant's draft. So if they're somewhat on par, I would definitely give this game to IG. It's just I really believe that Elephant has the edge, when it comes to skill. Yeah,
it's hard to talk not poorly, but against Eurus and Somnus, FY. It's not your typical FY hero. It's not your Rubik. It's not your Tusk. It's OD, which is different for when you're watching FY.
It's one of the best heroes against Monkey King down the lane. He's going to have the Orb Aura to work with level 2, and it will just be the constant Harris coming in. And it's going to be hard for the Monkey King to sustain, I feel, against this permanent Blood Rite spam. You can set up the Blood Rite with the Astral. There's a lot of combo potential. And Phoenix, Monkey, of course, they can dominate the lane. It will just come down to who outplays who, really.
Yeah. And you could already see FY, he's got the Meteor Hammer queued up. He's looking for a Meteor Hammer, just like we saw the mid OD was trying to get. But this isn't going to be your 6-minute Meteor Hammer. This isn't going to be a quick Meteor Hammer for a 4 position. We had an OD just blowing up heroes at the same time he picked up that item, and I'm wondering how quickly he gets to this and how important that's going to be for the side of Elephant.
Yeah, if you really rush it, I think you could probably get it around minute 9, maybe 10, which is considerably slower, of course. And just in general, the role will be very different that he plays this game. He'll be more like the, initiator, setup, saving kind of OD. You'll probably see Blink Dagger Axe or something like that, because you're playing the supporting role. You're not there to deal the damage. And yeah, I haven't seen a pos 4 OD, to be honest.
Yeah.
In the longest time, so I'm not sure how it will play out. I know it has potential, but as I said, I just have not seen it.
So it'll be a little bit of a sight to see, I guess, for both of us, because it's not very common in the 4. Well, between SEA and China, we haven't seen it outside of a core role yet. I don't think we've seen it outside of mid. Yeah.
I think we have seen only one game with it.
Yeah.
And he dominated that game, and he got banned out in every other game.
Yeah, so very interesting to spot this in the 4, how it's going to play with its matchups. You've got Somnus over mid with the Puck up against this Lina. Emo's no slouch. When I talk about the Chinese region, it's how good these mid players are. They feel like the cream of the crop, no matter what region you're talking about. You've got, Somnus, Ori, Emo, who are just really massive stars. DD, who's shown up ever since he came in from SAG, and now he plays for Aster, who we'll see a little bit later. Nothing to say. He was rank 1 in the Chinese region for a little while. XM, he's also playing really well. There's so many good mids in this region that matchup is always what I'm looking for.
Yeah. That being said, though, Somnus has already made a little mistake. He put down the ward very late, and it's going to get dewatered very soon because the Dire saw it, which is a very big problem for your mid lane. If you don't have that high ground ward, but the enemy does, you're always going to be in a little bit of trouble.
Especially with Felina outranging, right?
Yeah, it's on paper, it used to be a very good Puck matchup, but Puck got nerfed quite a bit, whereas Lina didn't. So I would probably give a small edge to Lina, 6-4, around there. But again, like, it's just so much easier for Puck to set up kills on the side lanes post 6.
Taking a look mid, Somnus. Emo 7-0 for the Puck, 6-1 for Emo. Pretty close so far. You don't really see too many one-sided affairs in the mid lane, like I was just going over. The fact that all of these mids are very strong.
Yeah.
But here in the off lane, Yang on the Bloodseeker here with FY. How's this combo look? I don't think I've really seen Bloodseeker OD as a pairing.
I have not seen it, and they won't really be able to combo until OD's level 3. Let me see action here on the... You can see that, like, just 2 spells and he's almost dead. Like, 1 stun, 1 clap, and Shadow Shaman drops to like 150 health. He has to be really careful that he doesn't get caught out of position.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, the heat is already on the Puck. It's just so hard to sustain against Lina. You have 1 base armor, just takes so much Harris damage. It's a brutal lane.
It's not really an enjoyable time with such a little armor.
Yeah. So OD will need level 3 to set up the Blood Rite with the Astral. Then we'll have a level 2 Blood Rite, most likely as well, and that can deal a lot of damage, especially with the combination of the Orb as well.
Yeah, and then you're able to chase where Fly is not able to get in the trees. He's silenced up if he gets hit by that Blood Rite.
Yeah.
Or even Ollie, who wants to Icarus dive away. I think he might even be your more primary target if he's 1 Icarus dive on cooldown or 2 you get that silence on him.
Yeah. I feel OD lanes, without like a hard stun, like a Mirana OD or something, aren't really kill lanes, but more like Harris lanes. We want to out-farm you, you need to buy more region kind of lanes. Because, you know, Bloodseeker and OD, they're both just harassing heroes. And we can see it, like they're just permanently harassing them. Mid lane, Puck doing exceptionally well. I mean, Somnus is just a beast. Widely considered as the best mid laner in China, still, probably, I think.
Icarus dive over, Blood Rite down, and that's going to silence off both this Phoenix as well as the Monkey King. Both of them taking damage. Jingu procs, goes after Yang. Actually heal up, throwing the Balance Strike over at this stack.
Yeah, very well done.
Ooh.
Easy full heal.
Yeah.
That's the power of Monkey. One Q with level 2 Jingu. Easy full health.
Spear onto the Brewmaster.
You see this damage potential is crazy on this lane.
Kaka
that's what I was talking about. The skeletons are actually faster than him. He has to be a little bit careful. He has a stick though, so he should be fine. I hate those skeletons. So pesky. They don't stop chasing, you know, until they're dead.
Well, they have no brain. They're just bones.
Yeah, that's true.
They just keep going. It's so crazy that Somnus, obviously, he's considered one of the top mids in the region, but then you've got a guy like Eurus on your team who was a 2-time champion at DAC on the 1v1 mid.
Yeah.
Oh, first blood coming through on a Fly. Yang gets that one.
Yeah, we just saw the combo. Astral into the Blood Rite, into just heavy right-click damage from the OD as well as Bloodseeker, and yeah, got caught out of position while the Phoenix was pulling.
And once that Phoenix isn't there...
The carry Sin, you know, the support is like, yeah, I'm going to go pull, be careful. They're like, yeah, I got this, and then they die. Happened to me way too many times.
And the support says, I said be careful, and then you get muted.
Yeah,
So it's about as simple as it gets.
Yeah, Fly is done with him now.
Trying to proc that Jingu once again. Fly. Other than that death, I mean, the lane is going well. 25-5. The CS is all right.
All 3 side lanes are doing very well.
Yeah.
I mean, all 3 lanes are doing very well for IG. Bounty Rune, there is an Astral up.
Astral.
No Blood Rite though.
Claim the bounty. Go to immediately to the TP. Icarus dive. He'll try to swipe this other bounty rune. Meanwhile, Red Panda dropping to Emo, who catches him on the wrong side of the river.
Did take both bounty runes though, so it's probably worthwhile death, honestly, if you're a plus 5. You're gonna respawn. You gave a little bit of space to Wraith King, who is now getting caught out of position though.
Yeah, spear onto the Wraith King. Eurus throws a stun over at Kaka, who will try and chase.
Not happening.
Pops that stick. Trying to have the mana to potentially get that shackle.
Yeah.
And that's fine too. You know, Red Panda picks up the 2 bounty runes, and then he TP's mid, fills the bottom. They're gonna go with the with the illusory orb over onto Somnus. They've brought over the Phoenix. Dream Coil used. Emo's gone, and with Ollie rotating, He's going to try and man-fight Somnus, but we'll finally have to Icarus dive back behind the Tier 1 tower. That combo hits
so much
pretty much
damage
every time.
Yeah. There was a huge misplay by Lina. I don't think he would have died if he didn't break the coil.
Yeah.
I don't know why he broke that coil. Because they were both under the effects of the fire spirits. They have no attack speed. All spells were on cooldown. Yeah, maybe feeling a little bit of the nerves there. I don't know.
Bit of panic, yeah. That combo, too, up top between FY and Yang, I wonder how much they've been practicing that.
Somnus is here. They don't know about the
hit the silence.
Yep.
He doesn't have Dream Coil, though, so Fly, now surrounded by 3 heroes, procs the Jingu, Illusory Orb over. Boundless Strike gets at least FY on this one. Now man-fighting has the Wukong's command. This is going to be a problem for Elephant. We're now on the run. Somnus down under half health. There's the Primal Spring right on top of this Puck, who's come over and, well, regretted it.
Yeah, I was expecting a silence, so he can't get the, what's it called, the Boundless Strike out.
Yeah.
But there was no silence. It was not on cooldown, I think. Maybe he just mistimed it a little bit. But yeah, it was a 1v3 turnaround, which is it's a pretty big deal.
I thought if he's going to die, at least he's got FY, but he doesn't even die.
Yeah, not even close. Like almost full health. But it was a slight misplay by the Puck. Like you need to silence him before you use the Boundless, otherwise he's just going to be full health.
Yeah.
But either way, it's a tough kill. And we see the Skelly Bros. They're just so impactful. There's just so many of them. Wraithkin just sustains himself so easily in lane. Every last hit just gives you like 100 health every time you crit. That's why it's just one of the strongest heroes right now in the meta.
And he's going for the Midas. Is this maybe, like, show his hand on what kind of build he wants to go for? If he's going Midas, do we still maybe see a Radiance come out from the Wraith King? Is it worth getting a Radiance on him this game?
I usually always like Radiance, simply because it's like the best item. It makes the most sense on him, you know? Like he has 2 lives to keep getting that burn damage up, the miss chance. It's good right-click damage as well. And he's actually went to face boots first, then into the Midas, so it's not very greedy. He's still able to join team fights if necessary. Yeah. Rune spawns top. Classic 50-50. Still think, nice arena.
Arena around Red Panda. The spear lands, and the right click is there for JT.
Well done.
One thing that I've kind of noticed about IG over their time with this roster is JT feels like the anchor on this team. If his game's going really poorly, things start to break down around the map. I understand that Fly and Ema are great players, but JT is the playmaker for them at times, for the majority of their games, and when his game's not going well, you can see it really affects everybody else. But right now he's having a good time, and comes over mid, helps out, gets a kill.
I feel like it's been like that forever. Like ever since JT joined the team, whenever he goes off, then the team is just having like an amazing time, you know? As you said, if he struggles, they're gonna be in trouble.
Meteor Hammer's almost done.
Yeah, needs one more. And we said about like the minute 10 mark. Probably even a bit slower this game.
Yeah, he's not really trying to pull any farm away from anybody.
Yeah. But once that's online, it's a huge power spike.
You want to get Ollie to level 6 if you're IG, have that Supernova, because that team fight is pretty intense with the Wukongs, the Arena, the Supernova.
There is a lot of potential, though, to kill the egg.
Yeah.
Because also the Brewmaster, this spell, you know, if he plays with
Coil, I think that's on the Icarus dive, yeah. So they caught him going for the dive away. They catch Ollie, they'll slow him down from getting that 6.
We might see Wraith King rotate top as well soon, simply just to get the, get the tower down, and because he can farm much more efficiently around the top area. He can farm the Ancients, he can farm the enemy jungle with the Skeletons. You can be like super fast if you know how to use the Skeletons, because you can manipulate them. Like the way they hit creeps, like whatever target you give vision on, they will run towards that. So if you're really good at manipulating them, you will basically just be much more efficient than as if you didn't. Yeah,
lead the charge of your Skeletons. And
I'm sure Euros knows how to do it. He's one of the most efficient carry players that I know. Like his GPM, when he gets the time and space, is always top notch.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so usually how X survives, right? Is you apply the fire spirits to everybody around, and they just can't attack the egg. But Brewmaster can dispel all of that from your teammates, and the egg literally just dies in 1 or 2 seconds. It's one of the best heroes against Phoenix in that regard.
Now let's strike on the 2.
Yep.
Double damage, or Arcane Rune on Somnus, I believe. And he switched over from the Hood to the Rod of Atos for Yang.
Yeah.
Maybe hinting towards a Glepnir
I mean, they're lacking a little bit of catch. They only really have a puck coil and an astral. So the Atos makes a lot of sense. And they are not rotating the Wraith from top just yet.
Yeah, holding him steady.
Yeah.
That'll be the Shadow Shaman who takes the Tome. They proc the Jingu. Red Panda trying to deter
6 now.
Fly. And now the Wukongs comes in.
Ah,
Maybe very preemptive on the defense from Fly.
very preemptive.
Dream Coil.
As we see Wraith King fall in the bottom lane.
Good for the balance strike, but there's the Astral Imprisonment. This is a big problem for Fly, who stayed too long. Blood right down. A couple more shots needed to get the kill on a Fly, who throw the balance strike out. They've used the arena bottom as JT's getting low. Fly trying to get away, jumping through these trees. Illusory Orb jumps back, jaunt over. They're still chasing. They're searching. They don't see him yet.
No way. They can't find him in there. Or can they?
Ooh, Waning Rift. He was jumping right on top of the puck, who I think jaunted away.
Monkey King is such a hard hero to kill.
Mid lane, LSA lands. They've got the Laguna Blade. Now they've dropped down the Serpent Wards, and they will kill off Eurus. Meanwhile, Kaka, he is the return kill from Yang.
Yeah, we saw a lot
Slowing
of
down
action.
Eurus is big.
Yeah, I mean, Red Panda to beat bottom to help Eurus. He lost his first life there because the Lina and the Mars ganked the Wraith King. And then Panda turned it around, killed the Mars, I believe. And then, like, he must have TP'd middle on the Wraith King, and he got caught out again right away by the Lina, which is very unexpected to die twice like that. And yeah, interesting. A little bit of a misplay by Eurus, but, you know, he's a Wraith King. He can always just farm really fast anyways.
And now he's got this Midas. Boundless Strike, Jingu procced, Red Panda on the run, but the spear is there. JT with another one. He's level 9, and he's getting really close to this Blink Dagger, which will be the initiation IG are hoping helps them get over the top and have a bit of a power spike of their own. Somnus within the trees as they try to take the tier 1 tower. Botter put some pressure on. Fly joining. I believe they spotted him.
Could be a coil opportunity, but his teammates have no intention of joining here. So just trade towers and just try to be as efficient around the map as possible. You actually see Monkey King struggling quite a bit. He's bottom 5 net worth right now. And that's just really like the power of OD. Like, there's just too much Harris coming out. Even for Monkey King, it's hard to sustain because it's pure damage. And when his Meteor Hammer is online, we should be... it is online, yeah. Now we should start aggression. You know, it should start ramping up.
So first item, Meteor Hammer, no boots, no nothing, and a Keen Optic.
Yeah. Which is one of the best items on OD as well, the Keen Optic.
Yeah.
This gives them that astral range. And right now we just see Radiant slightly out-farming Dire.
LSA, now the spear in the arena, Yang dead to rights. The Laguna Blade will finish him off. Emo coming around and helping to get a kill. He's got Boots of Travel first, going into the Yules next. He's not too far off of that one. So you're going to have the Yules, you're going to have the Blink on the Mars, as well as just the full team fight that IG bring to the table. Now ready to go.
As soon as all the core items are online, the Blink, the Yules, it's going to be a tough period for the Radiant team because they need to get their core items online. The Wraith King is going for the Midas, so he's not as strong. He will need like 5-10 minutes to reach the point where he can really fight. I mean, it's going to be difficult, like taking team fights against this Dire team. They have a very strong team fight.
E-Blade first after the Blink from Somnus.
Yeah, but we see this more and more often now, simply just because it gives you a lot of burst damage, it gives you ways to set up kills and also protect your allies from getting killed. It's a pretty good pickup. And it's quite cheap nowadays too, it's like 4.3k.
Radiance is the build for Wraith King.
Yep, easy mid tower.
And no defense on that. IG just
Very surprising to me.
Giving that away for free.
I guess they don't have Arena, but they still have Egg, they have Laguna, they have pretty much everything. Maybe they just don't feel so strong because the Monkey, just as the Wraith King is, he's not ready to fight now. He's going for Battle Fury, so he'll also need 5-10 minutes. Oh!
There's the...
Ooh, there's like a miscommunication though.
Yeah, but they'll land the Meteor Hammer. No, it doesn't go off. Now they've got the LSA that's going to come through out of the Bloodseeker. The arena down around both FY as well as Yang. They've taken out Emo already, but the Sunray on both this Bloodseeker and the OD. Is it going to be enough to get the kill? Icarus dive over, Blood right down. Sanity's used. FY drops. Kaka and JT, they'll fall. 3 heroes already out of this one for IG. They'll chase Fly. They've got the silence, the balance strike, and the Wukong's not in time. Eurus claims his life, and it's a 4-for-1. Wraith King getting the double kill.
And that is even though there was a huge miscommunication at the beginning. They wasted a coil for pretty much nothing. And it's just a problem with Lina, you know? Like, you dominate your laning phase, but then you die once or twice, and the hero just really falls off. You see it here. He died like a piece of paper, you know? You would never expect it's your mid laner right there that's been gone on. And it always has been this Lina problem. Like, you're just way too squishy. You ever get caught out of position, you're just dead instantly. Punish him there very severely, very well done.
Once they've got that Rod of Atos, it'll get even easier to keep him in place. So this is Emo who's trying to at least open up the game a little bit so they can get this Monkey King to the Battle Fury.
But then he died again.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still bottom 5 net worth.
He's trying really hard.
Yep, now we can see it's a 5k net worth gap already.
They find the puck, but there's the Astral to save him.
So good.
Sunray. And the Spear.
Perfect
That's well timed.
Yeah. Perfect timing on the Spear.
Oh, and they might find FY too. Just use the Astral Imprisonment. They've got the Yules into the LSA. Hex through from Kaka. FY drops. Emo gets a revenge kill, but still a 4k lead for Elephant. You're working against a Wraith King that's got Midas and is practically free farming at this point. Did join that fight too.
Yeah. He finished his relic already. What makes Wraith King such a good fighter in the early mid game is he doesn't do much damage, you know, but just his presence there, his stuns, it's just so annoying to deal with, and you can't really kill him, because if you kill him, your entire team gets slowed by the reincarnation, and it's just a nuisance to deal with.
There's no mana burn for him either.
Yep, absolutely no mana burn at all. And once this Radiance is up, it's going to be very tough for this Dire team to fight, because they have no BKBs, they have no way to mitigate the burn damage or the mischance, and he can literally just run in and it will be hard for them to deal with him at all. They have coils to keep him in place. They have Bloodseeker ult to keep people in place. The Atos soon as well. They have all the tools they need as soon as there's Radiance. 600 more gold. Then they're ready to fight. Still no Battle
trying to go
Fury.
for the Battle Fury.
Still needs 700 gold.
Minutes.
Yeah. That is one of the slowest Battle Furies ever. And again, Battle Fury Monkey King is not strong. You cannot team fight properly. You need at least one more item. Probably at this point too, because you're so far behind.
Another shawl for the Dire. Bullwhip for the Radiant. Picked up by the Wraith King. Somnus closing in on that E-Blade. Still a ways off, but he's been given space.
Yeah.
He's not looking too far out.
As soon as his Odie has Avalanche, his cast range on the Astral is almost full screen. And it's just one of the best saving heroes in the game. Then if you get Aghanims on top of that, you get an additional 300 range and 2 charges to work with. That is why it's such a good +4.
Don't even have to join the fight, really.
Yeah, you're just on the back lines. Every Astral you get off on an enemy Lina, for example, you just steal like 600 mana because you steal like 20% of the mana pool. And the Rasta Wards.
Serpent Ward's committed, but it
pretty
doesn't
much
look like it's
wasted.
going to do much.
Yeah.
Down to about 60% health. If my reading of the bar is right.
Yeah, about there. I think 59.5 maybe.
And there's the Radiance. 18-minute Radiance. It comes before the Battle Fury on the Monkey King. Eurus is top of the net worth by quite a margin at this point in the game. So it just gets tougher for IG, and now Ollie spotted again. Eurus with the kill. And he's had some involvement that's really helped him push his net worth.
Yeah, I mean, Eurus is playing really well. Like, when we talk about, you know, super good carry players, Eurus always has to be, you know, up there, probably in the top 1, top 2. He's just always in a good position to fight. He knows when to farm, he knows when to join fights. Which is like the hardest balance for a carry, you know? When should you fight, when should you farm? But it always feels like so easy when you watch him play, you know? Like, he never over farms and he never over fights. Like, he always has this very delicate balance, which is very, very tough to find.
Now he's looking for the BKB into the Blink Dagger, picks up the Ogre Axe. 3-1 and 3 for Eurus so far. Had that one death earlier on, but since then has been pretty clean onwards. Battle Fury finally picked up for the Monkey King. The question is it going to be enough for Fly to really make up the farm? And what will he queue next? Treads, Orb of Corrosion, Battle Fury. Is it worth going to the Ags, or you need something that's more...
I feel like you need the BKB this game 100%, because he's so far behind. Like, if he had a better game... Oh, Atos just off the mark. It was a little bit too slow. But if he had a good game, I would go for Aghanims personally, but his game is terrible right now. He needs the BKB, otherwise he just can't fight at all with the team for a long while. Some Meteor Hammer here just to push out the lane.
Ooh, but the Blink Arena and the Spear already getting a TP out. Just one, but with the Laguna Blade, these TPs aren't in time. Blood right, JT won't get caught.
Yeah, he revealed himself a little bit. He stuck his head out basically and got punished for it. Sometimes you just gotta stay in the trees a little bit more patiently.
And he picks up the Tome of Knowledge and will go for that extra 200 health. You see level 15 there for Emo. Mech being built by the Bloodseeker. Not going into the Gleipnir, having a little bit of sustain with the mech.
I mean, he's going full utility because the damage is raging at the puck and the OD as well.
Primal Split committed immediately, looking for the Wukongs, but there's the stun from Eurus. Sunray on Fly, who gets the Wukongs off. Sanities comes through. Fly dead to rights. And they have got Emo in the Cyclone. Supernova to try and push back Elephant. Got Eurus low. Good Yules to avoid the Meteor Hammer. The Supernova goes off and hits onto the Bloodseeker as well as this Brewmaster. For the right clicks coming in from Eurus. It doesn't look like Emo gets out of this one. They've got 4 heroes around. They took the first life out of the hands of Eurus, but it won't matter. Emo's only got 1 life. So he's dead and out of the fight for 45 seconds. They look over the Phoenix, who gets under the tier 3 tower, but it won't matter with the E-Blade that's been picked up by Somnus to kill off Ollie. 3 heroes dead on IG, and they've only given up the first life off the Wraith King.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Arena committed.
FY again getting caught out, but they don't even have the damage to follow up.
Yeah.
All by himself. Okay, interesting. Now the arena's on cooldown for like a good minute and a half.
A deterrent that I guess worked. They don't go to the high ground. They back off.
Shadow Shaman got the bottom tower though with Rasta wards. So very well done by him. They can contest for the bottom shrine now.
There's the mech.
Yep, and he's just going straight into the BKB.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Begins for
Adam's
Somnus.
BKB. Yep. He'll need it. Because you don't want to get instant hexed or shackled, you know, that's like your biggest enemy ever if you're a puck.
Yeah.
You dread these instant hexes and everything. Now we see the net worth. He's 5,000 gold ahead on the Wraith King compared to the Monkey King. It's just such a brutal difference.
Yeah.
Like he has been struggling all game long to just, you know, make it work. And yeah.
Is there a point where, with the BKBs, because Emo's getting one, get one on Fly, maybe they can turn around a fight? Because they have a lot of team fight, right?
They can definitely fight because still most of the damage with Radiant is magic until like, I don't know, minute like 30, maybe 35. Wraith King won't be able to kill you through a BKB. But at the same time, Radiant has amazing kiting, you know. They have the Astral that we spoke about, they have the Bloodseeker ult that they can use to just kite. And of course, Wraith King is going to be a super tough kill, no matter what, because he's going to have his BKB soon, level 18 soon, 40 seconds cooldown on the Reincarnation. It's gonna... he's going to be super hard to deal with, for sure. And the puck is itemizing into a link. You can see the team fight, like they just want to stall out the team fight, you know, because as soon as the BKBs run out on the Dire side, they can't fight anymore.
Yeah. So that'll be a moment where maybe the side of IG have an opportunity, 10-second BKBs.
Definitely.
Because they've got one on Mars, they're building one on their 2 other cores. They all come together and maybe they win a fight and start to turn this one around. But that seems like a deciding fight. If they end up getting wiped and they've got the 10-second BKBs used, Elephant just take over from there, right?
Because again, they're not building to scale. Lina went Yules into BKB, and Mars went Blink into BKB. They're not looking to scale, they're looking to fight right now when they have the 3 BKBs. And you see they're just split pushing. They don't want to fight right now because they just want to make space for the 2 cores, Lina and Monkey, to farm the BKB. As soon as that's online, it's go time.
And it's not the worst thing in the world. I know the cooldown's pretty long on the Serpent Wards, but you're doing chip damage. You were able to get the tier 2 over bottom. Like, that's not the worst thing in the world.
Definitely not. Coil on the Monkey.
But then on the run, Bloodright used. Now the Rod of Atos. That doesn't get the silence onto the Shadow Shaman. They'll use the Arena. And the Bruce Split is enough to control Fly with the E-Blade pop. Somnus takes out Fly. It looked very casual to start that one off. Just threw a Dream Coil, backed off, and then the commitment came in from Red Panda. Right on into Roche.
Yep, this is why Puck is so strong. Even without Axe, the coil lasts 6 seconds on every level. It just gives so much time for your team to follow up. And you know, it might have been better if he just broke the coil right away and maybe tries to get away that way. But it's such a tough call to make against Puck every time you're coil. That's why this hero is just so good right now. First pick pretty much every game. And he takes the Aegis on the Puck. Of course, Wraith King doesn't need it. He has an inbuilt Aegis with 40 seconds cooldown. Yeah, this Monkey King continues to struggle. Fly is not having his best game.
No, not at all. He's sitting
Dire's courier
now
has been killed.
just below his own Mars.
2k more
the-
net worth, and he's doubling up the Monkey.
Yeah, that's
Not a
where
pretty
Eurus
spot.
is at.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm very surprised. We might see a kill on the Phoenix here.
Yeah, Radabatos with the Blood Right. They've got the Silence.
Easy.
E-Blade again. Somnus just using that E-Blade to pop these heroes time and time again.
Yeah. He's hiding in there. They know that he is. Ooh, just off the mark. It is so close, yet so far. No, Summoners the other way.
Yeah, throwing the illusory orb back over,
Yeah.
catches him.
Kaka would have died for sure if they caught him there, but doing a good job staying alive. Again, just split push until the BKBs are online. Lina has hers. Mars has hers, but the most important one, the Monkeys, is keeps getting delayed. He keeps getting picked off. Oh no, he just
Shadow
feels out
Shaman.
just in time. What? Because Wraith King cut the wave. He basically saved his puck there because he would have gone for the next wave 100%.
Meteor Hammer down on a Emo. Now pops that BKB. They've used the Rupture immediately into the TP out, but the damage is there.
Lina's too
Eurus.
fragile. No armor.
Yep.
One Wraith King clap to the forehead, half health gone.
That's a 10-second BKB used
Yeah.
for nothing.
To die.
Yeah.
And he has no buyback. And no BKB on the Monkey King. We'll see how they stage his defense, but it's going to be hard. Once these skeletons come out, it's going to be a huge amount of damage on the tower. But they don't even have to commit if they don't want to, you know? They can just keep containing the enemy in the base and just keep out-farming them if you want to play it more safe. But while the Lina's dead, you definitely want to put on some pressure. Yeah, skeletons come out.
JT, there's the spear. It does get Eurus. Sunray, Serpent Wards, all committed with Wukong's command. Meteor Hammer with the BKB is popped by JT. Somnus out of this so far. They've dropped down the arena. They look over at Eurus to try and get a second kill. They take out the Wraith King. They lost the Shadow Shaman. This was everything thrown for that, though. It is a defense when maybe Elephant back off, but it doesn't look like they really want to. FY is just searching for an opportunity to go in. Red Panda now back to form.
Out
Do
of position
IG
here a
go
little bit.
again?
They have to be careful. There's still a hammer available.
There's the E-Blade, the damage on a Fly. He gets blown up with the Sanities.
Yeah.
60 seconds, no Monkey King. If they're able to kill the Wraith King, it's Elephant who make them pay just for that success.
That was a big misplay by Euros. As soon as he respawned, he did not BKB. He actually ate a stun to the face. There's no way you don't BKB when you get up. Like, you always can, you know? There's like no frame-perfect stun on the enemy team that can prevent you from doing so. And there was just a big misplay by him. Didn't have to die there. It's whatever, he died, but his team still clears up. So...
It works out at the end. They
Yeah,
get the
and
kill on
Monkey
the
King
Fly.
dies again as well, of course. That the winning condition of IG just keeps dying, you know? Like, even though that fight looked quite promising, they did kill the Wraith King. Monkey King is not the one that can die.
You kill the Wraith King thinking, all right, we finally have a victory on our hands, but it's Somnus.
Jumping back in with that E-Blade. It's so much damage.
Put him down to about 50 health.
Yeah. And he got OD ulted with like 100 health. Like,
Yeah.
he would have died from that even if he had like half health. Because if you're under that E-Blade effect and you get hammered, you die super fast. Because you don't have much max mana on that hero.
Yeah, not sure the Sanities was necessary, but it was certainly a statement.
Better be safe than sorry, you know,
Yeah.
because he was about to run away. So just spend your cooldown. It's a good investment, I think. Both teams finding Quickening Charm. Yeah, sometimes I feel like the items are very mirrored nowadays, you know, like it's programmed to be that way, but then I realize it's not. And RNG still plays a big role. Ooh.
Never know, maybe it's in the coding.
Yep, might be. Shadow
Paladin
Patch.
Sword for Wraith King.
Ooh, yeah, that's one of the best items on him. Amplified it already. Massive lifesteal, which is 34%. Get another 17% additionally. Maybe he wants the Cloak of Flames instead, though. That would be cool.
Well, he was
Probably
just
not,
going to
though.
leave it there. He told FY to pick it up.
Yeah,
Had it drop, and
FY's
it's the
like,
support's
"Ah."
job to pick it up.
yeah. Doing the dirty work.
Red Panda, he'll grab the outpost.
Going into an Aeon Disc. I like what he's doing, by the way. A lot of players won't do that. He's locking one of the components of the Aeon Disc, so he only pops it when it's really needed. Which is like in a team fight. You don't just want to get it popped randomly by like a Dragon Slave.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Well, do you
Good play
want to
there.
pop it, or do you want to combine it
just as you're
before
like
or
about to die.
after you use the Primal Split?
It depends. Like, if they go on you and initiate on you, you drop half health, then you combine it right away, and you basically just have the second life to work with. I don't even know if you want to use it at all, to be honest, if your ult doesn't cooldown. Like, as a +5, literally all you're doing is your ult, so...
Yeah.
Yeah. But he's huge on that Brewmaster. He has Vessel, he has Aeon Disc, on his way to his Aghanims now. That +5 Brewmaster is working out perfectly. Just as I predicted, of course, that's why I'm here. I'm a boss.
I'll let the others know.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure they already know. Everybody does.
That's true.
Yep. AC
Smoke
completed on the Wraith King. Now he's a lot harder to bring down the last
Smoke breaks. Blink as well as the arena with the BKB being popped by Eurus. Now they go after JT, who's gone forward. Now finally gets the BKB off of his own. Sunray on top of a couple of these heroes. Yang stays behind. JT trying to TP out is successful, but this is a smoke that was used by IG trying to make the move. Supernova committed. They've got the Wukong's command down by Fly. Eurus getting low. He might drop the Guardian Greaves. It's not enough to save his first life. They take out FY. Emo's BKB is about to run out. They've got themselves the Yules onto the Wraith King as well as the LSA, so they've stunned him up. They've got the Sunray. Can they get the second kill onto the Wraith King? Yes, they can. But Emo and Ollie, they've both dropped in this fight. Somnus still does a lot of damage. JT's here to throw the spear and land it on a Yang. Bloodseeker in trouble, but the silence sound of the Monkey King, who procs the Jingu, trying to get this one. So fast, able to run. E-Blade keeps him alive. Kaka is dead. 3 gone on IG. They did get the Wraith King, but the big bad problem is Somnus at the moment, who is just juking and jiving around this IG team. Fly trying to TP out. The damage is almost enough. The E-Blade's thrown at JT. He is stuck with all these heroes on the side of Elephant with seemingly no way to get out, but the arena is up again. He throws it down, trying to kill off Yang. Silenced up. Can he get anything? BKB as well as the spear takes out Yang before maybe his life is gone. Somnus, man fighting. Sunray saving JT. The BKB is only going to last a second longer. Waning Rift, E-Blade again. They get the kill on a JT, and Fly thinking about going back into this fight. Looking over at Red Panda with the Dream Coil down right on top of this Monkey King. Waning Rift, the silence once more. They hit the Spirit Vessel onto the Monkey King, and now he's going to burn out and die. Fly is gone. Red Panda chases Ollie for a second, but he's up onto the high ground and away from the hands of Elephant. Elephant come out successful from a re-engagement from IG that was maybe ill-advised.
Whew. I mean, what can you say? Somnus is actually so damn good at this game. He threw out, like, I don't know, like 20 silences,
Yeah.
like 20 orbs. I don't even know at this point how many. But this fight looked horrible. It started with Wraith King getting killed without his BKB, respawning without BKB, getting blown up immediately. Same as the OD. Both heroes died without doing anything because of the Shadow Shaman surprise BKB. They won that fight 3v5, basically.
Yeah.
Dire's
Crazy.
bottom tower is
Like, their
under
spell usage is so good on these 3 heroes. And Brewmaster doing a lot of work as well. And, I mean, it was a bit sad that the Bloodseeker died at the end there, Like, he was diving and juking. Just last second, he takes a spear to the face. But, I mean, I love watching Somnus play. That guy's so good.
Well, the worry was on Eurus, and now, after a fight like that, or even throughout the game, Somnus has been just a killer. And, well, he's feeling even worse than, going up against Eurus at this point.
The way he's itemizing also, E-Blade into Dagon 5, he's going for the pure damage, basically. He built that Lincolns, of course, like 1 defensive 2. But other than that, he's thinking only about damage. The level 20 talents really coming in handy too.
Oh,
Can you see anything? No. Unfortunate. So Wraith King takes the Aegis now. He says, I'm tired of dying twice. I want to die 3 times.
If he had a 3rd life there, maybe things
Yeah.
are different.
I mean, it's just like, when you don't have BKB, you need to be really careful going to that high ground. Like, he kind of just rushed in thinking they had a good fight in their hands. And the Sunray just absolutely melted him. Like, he died pretty much only to Phoenix.
Kept Fly alive, too.
Yeah.
He was close to dead in the beginnings of that fight.
Like, BKB is really the only counter to the Sunray. It's such a strong ability. Like, if you don't blow up that Phoenix, his Sunray is going to kill you if you don't have BKB.
It's fights as close as that make me think that even though it's a 16,000 network deficit for IG, like, there's still players in this game.
Yeah,
It's close. Stun on the Fly, Sunray, balanced strike. And now the BKB is popped because FY's here. He uses that Astral Imprisonment through onto the Phoenix and mid-Icarus dive, unable to get away. Ollie dead, does have buyback, but this is a fight right by the top tier 3.
Yeah, but what you said is completely right. We said that the IG lineup is a lot easier to execute, especially when they have 4 BKBs. The Radiant team needs to kite out those BKBs. Then they go in and take the fight, like they have done with the Puck. But they need to, you know, just put in a lot more effort to make these team fights work. Whereas the Dire team, you know, it's kind of straightforward how they fight.
Well, picks up an MKB, building an Abyssal Blade on Wraith King. They'll get this set of racks. I think they're content with giving up one set. E-Blade forward looks over at Fly.
Half health.
Just giving him a big poke on, hey, I'm still here.
Yep.
You know, don't come too close.
And there was just E-Blade Dagon. Wasn't even the other 3 spells used. He has a DD bottled as well. Might not seem very impactful, but it gives him an additional 200 damage. Even though it's just a puck, you know? Like, he hits hard with the DD.
Yeah. It feels like JT's been building this Deso
Forever.
forever.
Yeah. That's what I mean with this. Like, you build this Blink BKB. Oh,
Hex,
hold that.
Serpent Wards, and the Spear that's away from the Serpent Wards. Not sure that's going to matter. Might be able to get the kill, but there's the save from FY. Astro Imprisonment, Wukong's committed. They'll use the Primal Split. They'll go after the Bloodseeker, but now the E-Blade as well as the Dagon coming through on a Fly. He's down to just one shot. They get the kill on the Yang. They've used the Supernova. That stuns up the Panda Lings, I guess. But Emo on their own with the BKB, and he gets back up into the high ground. That's a lot of their team fight already out. Wukong's Arena, Supernova, Serpent Wards, all the big ultis.
Now everything's blown.
Yeah.
Now it's time to go high ground for the Radiant. That's exactly what they want. They had to use a buyback for it, but all BKBs on cooldown, all big ults on cooldown. Now it's time to go. Emo got caught here, and
Trouble. Good Yules.
Don't think
I don't
he
know
got
if
out
he
here,
survives, though. Oh, that right click comes in. Sunray, not going to matter. Sanities gets dropped for that.
yeah. FY likes to, you know, use
No
those
buyback.
200 HP sanities. I want that kill. But yeah, like, wow,
Somnus
he
blowing up
blew up
Ollie.
the Phoenix.
Yeah, BKB gets popped. They've got the Hex, but they missed the Spear. JT whiffing on that one. They've got the Arena down around Somnus as well as the Race King and Red Panda. However, it doesn't matter. They know it's GG. Emo's still dead for 60 seconds. The deficit is just too much. Elephant taking game 1. It's not the worst showing from IG in game 1, but a very good showing from Elephant overall.
Very good showing indeed. Although you could tell, especially in the early game, Somnus was, I don't know, maybe he was cold or a little bit rusty.
Yeah.
He didn't perform his like spell combos correctly, but then minute 30 he just suddenly woke up doing everything perfectly, you know, playing those team fights in and out like, I don't know, 15 times. Complete nuisance. And yeah, I mean, how do you stop him if he's like that?
Yeah.
He's going ham, absolutely ham. I love it.
Yeah, when you thought the problem was Eurus on the Wraith King, he ends up dying, and then Somnus is just destroying, throwing out an E-Blade. Then he's got like Dagon 4-5 coming your way as well. I mean, we saw it on Fly. He was down to half health in just a second with really no response. There's no way to
Just
respond to
E-Blade
it
Dagon
that quickly.
without even the other 2 spells committed.
Yeah.
It's a lot of damage. This new spell like builds coming out of all these mid heroes makes it very viable for these spellcasters to be played now. It's a beauty to watch.
Yeah, it was a beauty to watch. Game 1 goes the way of Elephant. We're going to throw it back over to the panel and hear their thoughts. Over to you guys.
IG start out promising, but in the end, of course, it is the Elephant who take the victory once more. This team looking pretty damn good. On the back of that puck, I mean, that was